Our relationships are so important to us, and we oftentimes want to find someone that we're compatible with, somebody who's more like us, that we have a lot in common. But compatibility is another relationship myth. Compatibility is not what makes for great relationships, but just look at all the ways we try to say, oh, we have so much in common. If you look at dating apps and dating sites, usually what people are saying is what their interests are, what they like to do, the kind of music that they like, the kind of food, the kind of activities that they like, looking for someone else who matches them, that has the same kind of interests, that they would, oh, he likes the same kind of food that I do, he drives the same kind of car, he has the same taste in music, she likes what I like. That's not enough. Compatibility is vastly overrated in relationships. And if we over-focus on compatibility, it's actually a sign of trouble. When people that are in relationships say, oh, we're not compatible, usually they're just saying, we're not getting along. Because compatibility does not make us happy. Compatibility is not what makes for lasting, satisfying, happy, intimate relationships. Because compatibility is transient. It comes and goes. I mean, think about it. Maybe you're taking classes with someone that you're interested in and you have a lot in common. You're at college together, you're taking the same classes together, or maybe you're at work and you have a lot in common with people that are in the same work setting or the same kind of profession. But that feels like it's familiar and comfortable at that time, but life changes. You might get another job, you might graduate from school, you might move to another place, and all of a sudden what you had in common, you don't anymore. And that's not what really makes for great relationships. So compatibility is not worth bothering about to the degree that we do. And in your dating apps and your dating sites, there's something else to be thinking about, because the real truth is that really great relationships change over time, and they should. You might have similar interests with people at one point in time, but as you go about your life and you're learning and growing, you might become interested in different things. You might be trying different ways of interests and activities, and that would then make you not compatible, but that doesn't mean you can't be connected or be friends. What's actually more important than compatibility is what we call the law of complementarity, meaning that you can complement one another, not be compatible. That means that you can learn from one another. You don't have to be the same, but your skills, your gifts, what you have, your strengths can complement the other, and you can learn from your friends and from your partners. For me, I was much shyer. I had a difficult time speaking up. I would listen, but I wasn't much of a talker. And in my relationship, I married someone who is more opinionated. He has an easier time expressing his ideas. And I've learned how to be more forthright in my speaking. I've learned how to express my opinions. I've learned how to challenge more rather than just to listen. And he's learned to listen more from my example. We complement each other, yet ideally it's learning from one another so we can have the skills of one another. That's way more important than compatibility. But what is important, and it's not common interests, it's not just sharing things at the same time. What really is important are common values, not common interests. Having the similar values and the sense of meaning in your life. What matters to you? What is your life about? What are your values? Do you value integrity or truth or service or honesty? Those things matter. Looking for someone that shares your same values, your same purpose, your same kind of sense of meaning in life, that's worth it. That's something that can grow and create more and more intimacy. Forget compatibility and watch what you're putting on those dating sites and your dating apps, because you might attract someone who's compatible with you, but that doesn't mean that it's someone that can grow with you and really create the kind of closeness that we all crave and that we really deserve. So look instead for common interests. Not common interests, but common values, common purpose, common meaning. That's what really matters in life and in relationship.